All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Flipping Through Vintage Comics
Lucy.
Lucy. I'm your co-host, Tyler Chintanner, and this is your other co-host.
Lucy Tantana.
And we are wearing matching shirts today. We've both got our T-Rex shirts by Walter Simonson. This episode is sponsored by Epic Proportions. No, not really, but they make great T-shirts.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get right to it. We've got another great issue of Fantastic Four for you, number 55. Last week we did issue 54. This one's got a really cool cover.
Yep.
Lucy can tell us who's on it. Let me just flip it around and make sure we got the view right. How's that look? Can you see? You look under there? Is it
Looks
centered?
Good.
Oh no, it's
It's not centered.
It's not centered at all. It looks good. It doesn't look good. Centered? All right, there we go. Fantastic Four, number.
55.
And who's featured on this one? Who do we got there?
The Thing
Yeah.
and Silver Surfer.
Oh, you're learning, right. Really cool cover. All right, we're going to start off. We'll do the first 3 minutes for social media, just sort of looking at it, an overview. And then for those interested, we'll post the longer video where we read through the comic on YouTube. But let's take a look. Really cool purple cover. Yellow logo.
It even says the Silver Surfer.
Featuring the Peerless Power of the Silver Surfer. And this is not the best shaped comic of what I have. It's not bad, but you can see there's some bends here in the bottom corner, some creases, maybe a little tear there. Spine's pretty solid. Staples are holding. So that's good. Okay. And then let's take a look.
My shadow's in the way.
No, it's okay. We get a little shadow in these. That's all right. It's just how it looks. Back cover, pretty good shape. The ad there, no major problems. And then let's look on the first page. We still centered? We still look good?
Yep.
All right, splash page. These issues often have really cool opening pages with a big blurb in there, lots of captions and dialogue to get you into the story. See a raging, fighting mad thing leap into action. When strikes the Silver Surfer, leaving the Human Torch and Wyatt Wingfoot behind in the Near East to search for the trapped Inhumans. Reed Richards and his lovely wife, Sue, return to FF headquarters, accompanied by the ever-loving Blue-Eyed Thing. And now, as the curtain rises and the house lights dim, Reed speaks. And then, well, he just talks about going on his honeymoon, that they finally get a chance to do it. And the Thing is off calling his girlfriend, Alicia Masters, and she's not picking up, so he's getting all worried. And then we've got the little credits here, which they have a lot of flourish. Scripted with a smile by Stan the Man Lee. Penciled with a passion by Jack King Kirby. And so on. I won't read them all. And so as we read on, we find out that the Thing is getting frustrated because Alicia is not picking up the phone after he's returned, and they're giving him a hard time, like, don't be so concerned. Reed over here says, you're probably working yourself up over nothing, big fella. You can't expect a girl to sit by her phone 24 hours a day waiting for your call. And he says, why not? You don't meet guys like me every day. And then Sue was like, Benjamin J. Grimm, you're just being obdurate. Which, big in using the big words there. But then his response is, my religion's got nothing to do with it. So it's not really what she was saying, religion. And then, so they go off on their honeymoon, or supposedly, we'll find out they don't later. The Thing heads off on his jet cycle to go find Alicia Masters, and we've got, what's that right there?
Shoosh.
Shoosh. Can't have a comic without a shoosh sound effect.
Yeah. Shoosh.
All right, so he's going off, and now we cut to the Himalayas. And here are some mountain climbers climbing the peak that's never been climbed before, and they're about to celebrate. We've done the impossible, but, who's on top of the mountain already?
Silver Surfer.
Silver Surfer, beat them to it. And he's all like, I have learned all there is to learn of the planet Earth, the planet upon which Galactus has sentenced me to remain forever. There's an asterisk too, from the now practically priceless Fantastic Four number 50, which is The issue we started on, our first episode of Vintage Comics. Lucy was number 50. The Silver Surfer shall return to the female human who had once befriended him. And who is that female human do you think he's going to go see?
Alicia Master.
Alicia, that's right. The same one that the Thing is off to see. So do you think that might set up a little battle there?
Uh-huh.
Yep. So he goes flying off to go see Alicia. And then, oh, we got another sound effect. What's this one say?
Whoosh.
Whoosh. Which one's better? Shoosh or whoosh? You don't have to decide. It's okay. So he flies into Alicia Masters, and here she is sculpting and then playing the guitar. She's a Renaissance creator here. And he shows up at the window. Tap, tap, tap. She goes to look at him. And, oh, we got another one of these awesome ads. I know you love these. What?
I don't like that. And also, I think that's better because you can't have a comic without a whoosh.
Oh, okay. You can't have a comic without a whoosh. All right. That's the better one. Thor, Who Dares Defy the Destroyer. The Destroyer was in the Thor movie, the first one. That's who he battled there. And some other ones. So anyway, those were on
Now
sale.
on sale in...
Back in 1966.
Yep.
Is that when it was? 66, yep. We're still in 66. All right, let me rotate this back around. We still centered.
Okay. Yep, it's still centered.
Next page. Get some more ads. So he's chilling with, Silver Surfer's chilling with Alicia Masters, and here comes the Thing, right? And he just barges in because he's a Thing, and then he's like, what? I heard a man's voice up there. This is like a sitcom setup here. Hey, wait a minute. What's a man's voice doing up there? And she's all, I think this is like the housemaid or whatever. She's like, a man's voice? Well, it sure ain't Minnie Mouse.
Yeah.
There's the humor up there. So he comes flying in and he sees Alicia with Silver Surfer, right? He's like, so I was right. And kaboom. Punches him right out.
Crack.
Right out. Just completely destroys her house. What do you think about that? No, like, sees her standing with another man, so to speak, Silver Surfer, and just boom.
Crack.
Yeah. But I'm looking for some commentary here. What do you
Yeah.
think? Is that a little too impulsive?
Yeah.
So anyway, he goes flying,
Shoom.
and I love how introspective he is about this moment where he gets punched out. He's like, my former friend is displeased. He has resorted to the expedient that all earthlings fall back upon, savage, unthinking brute force. But why? What motive can he have? Did we once not battle Galactus together? And look, where we can see a little bit how the color shifted. See how the color is getting into the word balloons? Anyway, so he comes flying back, and the Thing goes out, and there's this big fight now just because he found her.
And ads.
And more ads. Is your hair growing or going?
I think it's growing.
Oh, good. My hair's still growing? All right. So anyway, this is the battle that we get for the whole issue, for the most part. But then we get this cut back to Johnny Storm and Wyatt Wingfoot, who are looking for the Inhumans. And you have this really, it's a cool, but it's very dark, like, photo of the mountains that Jack must have just thrown in there. So it's kind of hard to see, especially in these old comics. But they're going through the Himalayas looking for the Inhumans who are trapped in their shield, right? So they search away for that. And then we see his figure in dark, like, ooh, what creature is that sees them? But we cut back, the Silver Surfer and the Thing really just fighting away here. I like how he's like, kicks this boulder up at him. He's like, if my fists aren't going to do it, knocks him off.
Boom. Crack.
Yes. Get the sound effects reading by Lucy. Knocks him off his board, and then they're fist fighting for a little bit, and he starts like absorbing like power.
Whack.
And becomes almost like this atomic bomb level. So he's like, I got to get on my jet cycle and take off. Because he's like, look, he's like
Shoosh.
this power energy here.
Click.
So the Thing is running off from the powerful Silver Surfer, flies.
Shoom. Oh, boom.
Boom. He takes them into the city and they start fighting, and they're like,
Rop.
What's he say? At least I managed to get him over here to the warehouse district where no one's liable to get hurt. The warehouse, that's near where we live.
Now ads about money.
Yep. So he brought him over to the warehouse district, but that's where we live. Of course, we didn't live there in '66. Neither of us were alive. But he's close to your grandparents' house. I hope he doesn't destroy it. Oh, here we got another one. What's that sound effect say?
It says crack.
That's an interesting effect there. The color doesn't go all the way through the letters. That's interesting. It's like a little drip effect. So anyway, he throws Thing through the wall and comes after him, but then Thing grabs his board and tries to break it, but he can't. Now we cut back to Johnny Storm and Wyatt Wingfoot, and they're searching around. And we get another one of these narrative panels where we don't see what's going on. We just have the person talking. Heavy padded paws coming closer. It's about to lunge, but the tranquilizer shell will stop him. No matter what. Here it comes. I've got to. Oh no, it moved too fast. It grabbed the gun barrel. Right, so he's fighting with this thing. And then it turns out to be Lockjaw, which is the dog of the Inhumans.
I know who it is.
Who is it?
I heard about in my Marvel stuff. Grr.
Yeah, so that's Lockjaw, who is part of the Inhumans. So they realize that he must have gotten out of this the barrier that they're trapped under. So now they're going to follow him back and try to help the Inhumans. But to be continued, because we're back to the Thing and the Silver Surfer fighting. Thrip, yep. More ads, and then more fighting, and yep. I don't even quite remember exactly what happens, other than there's a whole lot of fighting, and the Thing gets mad, and he starts destroying.
Rumble. Crack.
Yep. So he starts destroying the buildings, and the Silver Surfer gets trapped under it. And then, oh no, he starts tearing apart the building, and he's just getting mad and super angry. But then who comes and stops him?
Them.
Yeah, them. Sue and Reed, who had to put their honeymoon on hold in order to stop the Thing from destroying the warehouse district. And so they yell at him for a bit about leaving Alicia and how she's crying and sad and worried about him. And then, boom, here comes up the Silver Surfer. He's freed himself and he's back out there, and they give him a lecture about their friend, the Silver Surfer, and he shouldn't have fought him just because he was hanging out with Alicia a little bit. And then here we have the last page. The Silver Surfer's pretty cool about it. He's all like, "Do not argue amongst yourselves. There is still much I must learn about the human behavior. Perhaps I am as much to blame for giving offense without cause." And then he tries to make amends, and he repairs the Thing's jet cycle. Yep. And then he flies off, and he's like,
Woot.
"I thought my journey was over, but I was wrong. There is still so much I must learn about the incredible human race." And he flies off, and thank heaven everything is all right again, Reed. All right, not for me, it ain't. How will I ever make it up to Alicia? I heard what you said. Perhaps I can help. Give those to the one called Alicia. It is a parting gift from you both for Silver Surfer. A bunch of flowers. He's gone, but sooner or later he'll be coming back. And when he comes, what's going to happen then? A little bit ominous ending there. Next, to free the Inhumans. So we'll see that next. We got some, hold on. We got some letter columns, some ads, and that's the ending. And that is Fantastic Four number 55. Oh, yes, the Silver Surfer. Next week we'll come back. We'll get 56, which has Claw in it, the murderous master of sound. And we'll see you next week.